Hey guys, we're back for part 3 and this should wrap us up. So, let's just dig in. Where do we start? We'll just use this one. So I got this, I used up one of these little candles. This is an oldie too, so hopefully I mean, you guys remember me hauling it. This was a vintage hazelnut coffee Yankee candle. I love scoring candles at like thrift shops. So I had scored a bunch of these little guys. They were like 99 cents each or something like that, not even. And they were the vintage ones. I remember these images when I was younger. It still smells great. But yeah, so I used that one up. I have a couple more that I'm going to be using up. I currently have, what am I burning right now? I have citrus and sage in the kitchen. I have Sicilian lemon in the bathroom, because I like having a candle when I'm taking my shower. And I can't remember the name of the one in the bedroom, but it smells so beautiful. But yeah, so I use this one up. It's, again, they still make this scent, but it was really, I really liked the old-fashioned label. And like I said, if I can score nice candles like Yankee Candle, even if it's slightly burnt, I would buy it, depending on the price. I like them. I sometimes find the tarts there too, but it depends on the price. Like I said, if it's gonna be a used candle, like it has to be Yankee, and the price has to be right. Because sometimes, like, you know, you get ones with the wicks that you have to mess with them. It's just a pain. A Yankee candle would be worth it. So the next thing that I used up was this Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. This is a really, really nice fragrance. Joey got it for me for Christmas one year. It's just a beautiful, it's the perfect summer fragrance. It's just very light, clean, citrusy. And this is one of those perfumes, I think this is going to be a modern day classic. I think it's going to be like one of those that's going to end up like a Chanel No. 5 that's just very classic throughout the years. I personally am not a fan of Chanel No. 5, but it's been around and people do still wear it. And I feel like that this is going to be like a modern day version of that. Don't come at me if you don't agree. We all have our choices, but that's how I feel about this particular fragrance, because I think it smells wonderful on everybody. It's a universal scent. It's nice. It's clean. You can't go wrong with it. And I have seen these at places like TJ Maxx and Marshall's. They're smaller bottles, but if you didn't want to splurge too much, you can get lucky and sometimes find these in those kinds of shops. So that would be my recommendation. And you can always go to Sephora and get like a little sample of it if you want to try it, you know? Next thing that I used up, I got this, they were 2 little tea lights. They were my free gift from ordering from Yankee Candle. So they will give you like a sample candle or something like that when you place an order. So I got this Autumn Inspiration, and it was Sunlight, Autumn, and Macintosh. The Macintosh from Yankee Candle is the best one. Like, Bath & Body Works candles can't compare to these candles. Because when I burn my Bath & Body Works candles, and I won't overburn them, like it tells you to burn them for like an hour and then blow them out, the wax always has this burning smell to it, even if you just burn for a little bit, and I hate that. You don't get that with the Yankee candles. But yeah, I love the Macintosh, and the Sunlit Autumn was just very beautiful, very fall, perfect. What to say? Being a Fragrance Family Rewards member has its perks. Enjoy free gift. Oh, so I guess if you're a member, you get your free little gift. And I love it. Like I said, these little tea lights, they do sell their tea lights as well. They last forever. Does it say on here how long one of them lasts? Maybe not, because it was a freebie. It doesn't say how long they burn, but they do burn a very long time, like longer than a typical tea light will burn. So, my recommendation on that. Next thing I used is the Cetaphil Healing Ointment Skin Protectant. This came in one of those boxes that I get from Walmart. Like I said, I go back and forth if I'm going to keep the box or not. I just feel like right now that they're like close to $10 because of the shipping costs and the taxes. For samples, that it's not really worth it anymore. When it was $5, I could justify it, but they're samples at this point. This was a good product. This was for eczema, it's the National Eczema Association, which I was really happy with. It wasn't bad. I'm a Aveeno person. I really love Aveeno. It's a great product, but this wasn't horrible. If you do have eczema, I would give it a try. It has a similar feel to This is called Aquafil. Aquafil, you know what I'm talking about. It's another skin protectant. It's in the same ballpark. I will probably continue to buy Aquafil because I always have that in the house. But if you couldn't find it, this would work too. I mean, it depends on which brand you like, because it's literally the same thing. But it wasn't bad, and I really enjoyed it. So go from there. Ooh, hello. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna like slap you around. That's what we're doing here. I'm kidding, but you know, can't be too careful how you kid anymore. Next thing that I used up is this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Deep Sea Collagen Serum. I've used this a few times, and I've always to go back and forth with it. It smells really nice. It's one of those double parts, so you have to shake it up. But it does work very beautifully. I have another one that I'm using. I go back and forth between this and another serum that I have from Farmhouse Fresh, depending on what my skin needs, because same with like your moisturizers or your facial cleanser. Sometimes your skin has different needs during different times of the year. For us ladies, if it's that time of the month, you know, whatever it is. It's one of those things that it can change, so I'll sometimes go back and forth between this one and another one that I use. That's absolutely beautiful. If you want to know my like skincare items that I do typically use, like regardless of like, you know, just my favorites, just let me know down below and we can do a video on that. But yeah, so this one is nice. I like how it is, like when your skin is a little bit more parched, this one is really nice. It's a little bit thicker, but it goes into skin beautifully. It doesn't leave you greasy and has a beautiful scent. So, like I said, I like Tarte skincare, personally speaking. I'm not a fan of their eyeshadow palettes, but I do like their skincare line. Next is my Mini O palette. I'm finally killing it. Mainly because the colors that I'm using here, they don't perform well anymore. But as you can see, this palette is like, she is very, very well loved. I liked this one better than the O palette, because O was just all mattes, and if you're a matte girl, you're gonna love O. Mini O was nothing but shimmers. Now, this was the first one that came out, so this was the one that had the issues with Foam Party. It had this weird bubbling, like there was something wrong with the formula, so I depotted that right away. And I wanted to love Frozen Fire, but it was a very hard shade to use, but the rest of them I loved. Champagne Drip was fantastic. But you can see I really, really like, this palette has seen better days. It was a great palette. I don't think they make this one anymore. I'm pretty sure she's been discontinued. But I got my money's worth out of it. I really enjoyed this palette. And yeah, so if he brings it back, I would recommend that if you're a shimmer girl. Next thing I used up was this, what is it? It's by Lottie London, AM to PM, and this was a gold shimmer liner. This wasn't bad, but at the end there, it started to dry out. So, I liked it, but it matched my skin tone a little too much, so it was kind of hard to see. I always had to doctor it up a little bit, but it wasn't a bad product. This was my first Lottie of London anything, and I gotta say, it did perform well. I just personally would prefer a different color in it, even though I do like shimmers and golds. It's just this one was way too close to my skin tone. You can even kind of tell like that. But it was nice. I actually would use this more as a like lid primer than I would an actual liner, just because it did hold powder really well. But yeah, it was really good. If it was in a different color, I would have been really ecstatic. Next, I used this up, and I will repurchase this again, but I do have other lip scrubs that I'm using currently. This is the Elf Brown Sugar Scrub. This is fantastic. Now, I don't know if this is edible. I always wipe it off my lips, but I killed this thing. It is a mess and a half. Hello. But it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just a brown sugar scrub. It smells fantastic, and I think there's like regular sugar, like I think there's different fragrances in this, but this works really well. The Jeffree Star lips, liquid lips are hard to come off, so I normally use oil, but this would take it off like nothing. Just put that on your lips and then wipe it off, and it took everything off, which is why I loved it, and plus it makes your lips super smooth. So it's very affordable. It works really well. It gives you beautiful smooth lips, and it smells really awesome. Like I said, that brown sugar is just chef's kiss. We got 3 more items. I'm hoping we can do it. Oh, I got something in my mouth. Ew. Ew. So next thing that I have, oh, we're running out of time. Okay, so we're gonna do another video. I'll be right back.